into line. Iron Gale remains favourite. Now Ipswich joins Newcastle, and with the broadcast of Race 1, here is Matthew Hill.
Yes, good afternoon, Matt. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Broadmeadow on a perfect day for the running of the Clipsal Newmarket Race Day. And as Matt mentioned, a day for the race callers also. And have Terry Bailey broadcasting race number 2. Tony Campbell race number 3. Brian Blackmore the 4th. Greg Miles race 5. Alan Thomas race 6. And Ian Craig for races 7 and 8. Joe joins us from Sky also. Good afternoon, Joe. Perfect day here at Broadmeadow, and the field being called up for the first. Les joins us from 2KY, so we're all aboard to start off the program. And the favourite is Iron Gale at $2.20. It's had one start for a midfield effort at Rose Hill back on the 10th of March, trained by John O'Shea and Hugh Bowman. Has the honours of riding the first favourite here. Now Field Commission goes in. Volatile Agents, and also Champion System are the final 2 to load. Chisholm standing okay in the inside stall. Rider of Sherborne Abbey out of the saddle at the moment, Rod Quinn. Now Volatile Agent, it takes up its position, and Champion System is the last one to move forward. 2:30 for Iron Gale. His first event on Newmarket Day over 1,400 metres. Champion System is in, and the field is set for the first. Red lights on. Set to run. Ready and racing. Perfect line out too. Towards the centre of the line, Live in Fear began well with Razor Darling. They're pushing on, and Rory's Boy showing pace out deeper. Savage Garden settles just behind them with Iron Gale. Carnegie Rhythms going forward, and Champion System around the outside. After 2:50, Rory's Boy leads by a half length. Champion System, who's working a length and a half away, Carnegie Rhythm, and then came Razor Darling on the inside. 2.5 Live in Fear, Savage Garden, Iron Gale. Then Chisholm on the inside. Further back behind them, runners Zagalia. Next on the inside, Sherborne Abbey, Volatile Agent. Second last, Poetic Nijinsky, and Field Commission last of all. At the 700, Rory's Boy leads by a half length. Champion System. 2 lengths, Razor Darling. Third on the inside of Carnegie Rhythm in 4. 2 lengths, Iron Gale. Next on the inside of Live in Fear. Savage Garden midfield from Chisholm, then Aeolian. Sherborne Abbey behind them from Zagalia, Poetic Nijinsky. Field Commission, and it's one of the last as they come around the home corner with Volatile Agent. Rory's Boy leads by a length, swinging at the 400 from Champion System. Razor Darling behind them. They were followed by Carnegie Rhythm and Live in Fear, and Iron Gale is getting up in between runners and looking for a split. It's just about going to get it. Rory's Boy, Razor Darling, Live in Fear down the outside from Carnegie Rhythm, and Iron Gale is getting through now at the 200. Live in Fear just in front of Razor Darling and Iron Gale. It's on the outside, Live in Fear. Iron Gale 50 out, won't pick it up, and Live in Fear surges away to take the opener. Live in Fear by 2 lengths, Iron Gale. Carnegie Rhythm didn't go straight. Then Razor Darling. Back behind them, runners Volatile Agent. Out deeper, Zagalia picked up some ground. Then Field Commission, Aeolian, Rory's Boy tired. Further back, Volatile Agent, Sherborne Abbey, Champion System, Savage Garden, and the last one to finish, Poetic Nijinsky. Number 7, the winner, Live in Fear, Danny Beasley. And Rob Purse take out the first. 4th start today. First win has been placed to be 4 when finishing second at Rose Hill at its debut. 7, 12 and 5. 7, 12 and 5. Second has gone to Iron Gale. And third to number 5, Carnegie Rhythm. 7, 12 and 5. The 4th number for the first 4, number 8, Razor Darling. 7, 12, 5 and 8 in 1:24.81. 1:24.81. The last 600 metres, 35 and 56. That's a good effort, Live in Fear, a gelding by Beautiful Crown out of Relive. And just for a moment, the favourite Iron Gale was weaving through in between runners towards the inside. And just for a moment, you thought the favourite was going to surge through and win. But it's just petered out on its run in the last, I'd say, 100 metres or so. Now, the dividends are up on the first. And the totes, 7 Live in Fear, $5.20, $2. 12 Iron Gale, $1.60. 5 Carnegie Rhythm, $3.80. Quinella 370, Exacta 1330, the 712.5 trifecta $116.70. Margins a length and a quarter by a short head, a length and a quarter by a short head, 124.81 the last 600 metres, 35 and 56. Race number 2 on the program is the Mistral Plate, a maiden over 1200 metres, and that will be brought to you by Terry Bailey.
Yes, we'll look forward to catching up with Terry and his call of race 2. In that second race, number 4, Al Adam, is a late scratching. If you didn't have that one, race 2, number 4 is out. Now, Ipswich and the first race, 8 and 6. Here's how the market looks. Of those horses, the best of those is Groove Master, number 7, who's come up at $5.60. And then over to the favourite, it will be the 10, Wide Awake, and it has come up at $1.70. $1.70 for Wide Awake, and then best of the rest is Zabitha, number 12, at $14. It's race 2, a maiden over 1200 at Newcastle. Now 3 minutes until Balaclava, and runners are getting around to the start. By invitation for the second, Groove Master, number 7, has firmed up to $4.40. And of course the other one is number 10, Wide Awake, who is a very firm favourite at $1.70. A 3-year-old from the John Hawkes stable, to be ridden by Corey Brown. First up from a spell, but Tony Brassel told us this morning his trial was very good at Warwick Farm 2 weeks ago. Now 5, 2 and 4 are the numbers at Balaclava. 5, Princess Taylor. Paul Gatt has beaten 2 by invitation only, Simon Price, and 4, Premonish, David Tootle. 5, 2 and 4 are official on the second. Now at the gates there at Newcastle, and we'll head to the track and get some late mail for you in a minute or two. But in the meantime, Castle late mail.
Well, we're coming up to race number 2 here at Newcastle, the Mistral Plate. Gary Harley, we have a short price favourite here.
Matt, she's all the rage, number 10, Wide Awake. She's had 2 runs at Hawkesbury and Kensington track back in August. Should have won both. She's got back and ran on strongly on both occasions, and the run at the Kensington track was a ripper. She got beat a long neck that day, knocked over at the start, hung in during the race. Looks good. She's done a power of work for this first up run, or he has. He's a gelding. He looks at his top first up. He trialled well recently, and Corey Brown aboard in a good barrier. I can't go past him, but I thought number 7, Groove Master, was over the odds on Tab Limited. His first up debut run at Canterbury at the night meeting on March 6 when he ran 3rd. Showed a lot of speed. It was a better class field than this. Forget his run at the Kensington track on March 19, slowly away and was never in the race. Looked good in the yard, very fit commodity. He'll give you a good sight. Thought it was a terrific Quinella, 10 and 7 or 7 and 10. Best of the others in the race, mate. I put in number 12, the unraced mare, Zabisa from the Waterhouse stable. She won a recent trial at Randwick's, had a couple of trials since, and number 8, Malder's a roughie with a place chance. 10 on top to beat 7, 12 and 8, race 2.
Perfect day here weather-wise. We're both sweating up here, Gaz. Terry Bailey behind the binoculars for the next race, race number 2. Good luck.
And here he is right now, Terry Bailey for the second.
And we're just about ready. As the last few move up, the Mistral Plate, we're waiting on Wide Awake, just being tailed down by Corey Brown, the Quest for Fame 3-year-old. Zabisa very placid behind the gate. She's yet to move in with Fire Run. Malta has moved up and the rider momentarily out of the saddle, and that's the scenario with Balance the Globe's rider as well, Alan Robinson. Peachtree Lad stands well. He's usually got plenty of get up and go from that inside gate. Groove Master well behaved, waiting on Firearm to move in with Wide Awake and Zabiza. $1.70 for Wide Awake. He was very unlucky at Hawkesbury, and then he was a tragedy beaten at Kensington. He just lost his posse at the 600 and then changed course and hung badly in the straight, proving to be a handful for Beedman. Trial well before that, and his trial coming into this as well. He does get a long way back. Groove Master will jump and get up on the speed. Now the last few moving in, waiting on Wide Awake to come up. Beautiful day and a good crowd in attendance for a wonderful day's racing here at Newcastle. Clipsal Newmarket Handicap has drawn together a crackerjack lineup of group performers. And a lot of those performers on their way to the Doncaster, and Grand Army, who's one of the favourites for the race, looking to make sure that he is going to be there for the Doncaster if he can win the race today. Now Zabiza are about to move in. Peachtree Lad, Dawn of Dawn's Depth standing well with a shilling, and Balance the Globe and Malta. And finally we're set for action. Wide Awake is the favourite, $1.70. The lights are on. Racing, Peachtree Lad off the inside, fast out. Wide Awake's got no speed, settles about fourth last. Going quickly is Chenet with Acquittal out 3 deep, and that 3 contesting the early lead. Going fast is Firearm on the outside. Groovemaster settling 5th. 2 lengths to depth. Then came Wide Awake. A little worse than centre field, the fave on the inside. They were followed well back by Malta. Dawn of Dawns. Going past it is Half Shilling. 2 lengths away Zabiza. And Balance the Globe dropped out last at the 700. Acquittal found the front by a length on Groovemaster. Going up Firearm deep out on the track with no luck. A length and a half Chenet. 1 back Peachtree Lad. 2 lengths to depth Malta. Wide Awake on the fence. Spots the speed about 6 or 7 from Half Shilling. Then Dawn of Dawn, Zabiza, and last of all is Balance the Globe. Groovemaster going after the leader Acquittal, and on straightening it's Groovemaster quickly going to the front. The chaser is Firearm the outside, putting in a bit of a run Peachtree Lad. Wide Awake's come to the outside, given a crack with the Persuader, and Malta on the outside of it. Groovemaster leads and leads well at the 200. On the outside Peachtree Lad, and now Wide Awake's hitting his straps, the fave. Peachtree Lad gets to Groovemaster. Wide Awake's got the pair on the outside. Wide Awake hits the lead and draws clear. Wanted to pull up a bit at the post, but he won it by a length to Peachtree Lad, Groovemaster, and Malta got home well for 4th. Then came Zabiza, Half Shilling and Firearm, Dawn of Dawns and Depp well back with Balance the Globe. They were followed near the tail of the field by Acquittal, who went quickly early, and Chenet alongside of it. Took a little while to wear them down in the home straight. They've come home 35.46. The overall time 1:11.56. And the favourite has been Too Good, Wide Awake, taking home also the Bob's bonus attached to the race. Corey Brown for John Hawkes on the 3-year-old bay, gelding by Quest for Fame out of Insomniac. Insomniac, of course, was the mum of the first foal of the Great Octagonal. And here is one of her sons in Wide Awake, cleverly named at 170 and 104, proving Too Good for Peachtree Lad, who really took it up to the favourite in the straight. Mitchell Bell, Peter Tompkins. And Groovemaster showing speed, just getting tired the last little bit. Shane Treweek and Darren Smith. Wide Awake didn't show any speed out of the gate. He got back to 4th last on Jump Away. It proved to be worse than centre field coming down the side. The speed of the race looked to be okay. That suited him. He came to the outside. He did take about 200 metres to really hit his straps, but in the end it was a pretty soft win. Now here's the totes in full. 10 Wide Awake, 170 and 104. 170, 104. Peachtree Lad at $5.90, number 9, and 7 Groove at $1.30. Groovemaster 130. Quinella $45.90, Exacta $58.30, and the trifecta's paid $180 neat. 1:11.56 is the time. The class record is 1:10.67. 35.46 the last 600 metres. The winner has scored in the end by a clear-cut margin of a length and a quarter, with a margin of a long neck between 2nd and 3rd. Wide Awake is a 3-year-old bay, gelding by Quest for Fame out of Insomniac. We've got one of these horses, Acquittal, coming back a little short. The rider, I note, just out of the saddle. He showed a lot of speed, but tired in the home straight. Raced by Jack and Bob Ingham's Woodland stud. John Hawkes, the trainer, of course, and Corey Brown, and Hawksy saddles up 4 contenders in the big one, the Clipsal Newmarket, later in the day. Peachtree Lad, 3-year-old bay, gelding by Langfier. Peter Tompkins, Mitchell Bell, and Groovemaster, 3-year-old bay, gelding by Danehill Dancer, Shane Treweek and Darren Smith. Okay, that's about as far as I can go after the running of race 2. 4th position for those having first 4s went to number 8. That was Malta. His run was good. He covered ground down the side of the course. He loomed up in front of the favourite as heads turned for home, and he boxed on pretty well. His condition after a tough run gave out the last little bit. Race number 3, block number 5, 9, Ours Truly, and 10, Rotten Ron comes out.
Righto, Terry, thank you. We'll leave it there, just breaking up a little bit. But thank you. You can go and enjoy the rest of the day, and we'll have Tony Campbell back to call the next race there at Newcastle. Tony Campbell from the ACT. Now, here's a riding change a bit later on at Newcastle. In race 6, number 7, Balgold, is Hugh Bowman replacing Glenn Boss. Race 6, number 7 is now Hugh Bowman, so there won't be a third dividend in the next. Son of Pegasus has come up at 3:30. The other chances are Positive Impact, Knowledge Lane, Casual Story and Human Touch. That's the field for the third in 10 minutes' time. Now at Balaclava, they are at the start, and still race 3 coming up in a couple of minutes. Let's return to Terry Bailey with the trainer of Casual Story. I refer to Stephen Hodge.
Steve Hodge is about to go and saddle up Casual Story in the next, Steve. I suppose the distance is a little bit of a query. Maybe a bit longer would suit?
He probably wants further, Terry, yeah, but being third run back and being the 1200 here in Newcastle, hopefully that could suit him. but he will get over further later on for sure.
His last 2 runs, I'm of the opinion, were very good to make him competitive in the race today, even on the big track, even though the distance doesn't suit.
Yeah, and it is 3 weeks between runs, which should play in his favour today because he's a bit on the fresh side, so hopefully the 1200 should be just right for him.
He did a good job for you last time. I think he raced at Graft and Coffs Harbour during the carnivals, and he was all over the place. In fact, Philip Minter might have had him then, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Philip Minter had him then, and he's only had the 2 runs for me. One at Cessnock and then he's run at Gosford the other day, which was good.
You impressed with the horse?
Yeah, he's a lovely horse, so we'll just take him through his classes.
Okay, and what about the race today? How keen are you?
Yeah, he's a good each-way chance.
Okay, Stephen, you got old Silent Impact going around later in the Cup?
Yeah,
that'll be
a bit quick for him.
Okay,
yeah.
Where's he aimed at?
Just another restricted race in Sydney.
Okay, so this is your best chance, Steve?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I haven't put the mock on you, though. I know you get a bit worried coming over here, but you'll be right.
We'll soon see.
Okay,
yeah.
Good on you, Steve.
Thank you.
There he is, Steve Hodge. Has got Casual Story, who I think has got a good each-way chance in the race. He's around the 8 or 9 to 1 mark in the event. Steve Hodge.
Okay, well, he's been a bit of a shortener since that interview was conducted. Casual Story is now into $5.60 on the New South Wales TAB. Back to Terry, this time for the Gary Harley Late Mail.
Not far off a start for the running of the 3rd race. Gary, what do you make of it?
Like the top weight, Terry, very, very toey in the mounting yard, Son of Pegasus, but gee, looks a treat. Got a lovely shiny coat on him. He's as healthy as can be. First up run here over 900 metres, carried 59 and 1. To some people, he may have looked disappointing, but the fact is, I think he was ready for 1200 first up. Got to the line good that day to just nose out Dame Tristram. I've gone for him. He'll be in the firing line all the way from barrier 4. Put in for second, Casual Story. Just wished it was 1400 for him. He'll get back a bit, but he will find the line well. Long as there's plenty of speed on, he's got a good each-way chance in the race. Knowledge Lane's been heavily backed. Best backed horse in the race when I left the ring. Winner at the Canterbury meeting, 2 starts back. Paraded very well, can't fault him at all. And 2 Positive Impact, Beedman's Ride, a definite chance on his best form. 1 on top, they beat 6, 4 and 2, race 3.
And on track, Son of Pegasus is the favourite, reasonably firm in front of Positive Impact, and then we go out to Knowledge Lane. Between those 3, there's $1.40 in the betting. So as you can see, Knowledge Lane just a little bit better on the tape at around the $5, $5.20 mark.
They're ready to run. Here's Tony Campbell.
Thanks, Matthew. Human Touch completes the line. 1,200 metres the journey. The line is set. 3rd event of the day. Life's Fortune stands up. Thank you, Les. The light is on. Racing, a fairly good start too, and Life's Fortune down on the inside, and Knowledge Lane got away well. Now Son of Pegasus going up on the outside, and further back behind those as they settle fully into stride was Centrelate, followed then by Positive Impact. Getting well back in the field there was, as they settle down, Casual Story, and as they work off the back and race down the side of the track, and Life's Fortune is the leader, a little over length in front of Knowledge Lane running second, 2 then to Son of Pegasus third, followed further back in the field as they race up towards the turn. There was Centrelate who's running 4th. A further break then Positive Impact getting well back in the field, and the next one was Casual Story and Human Touch at the tail of the field as they swing around the home turn. A bit over 400 metres to go, and Life's Fortune leads at the top of the straight. Knowledge Lane is running on fairly well, and coming quickly now was Son of Pegasus, followed by Positive Impact. There's many chances with about 300 metres to go. In the centre, Son of Pegasus raced up and hit the lead. Life's Fortune battling away on the inside, and so too is Knowledge Lane, and further back behind those running on fairly well was Casual Story. It's Son of Pegasus taken on now by, on the outside, Casual Story. Casual Story going out after Son of Pegasus. They reach the line. Maybe Son of Pegasus just in front of Casual Story. A good go for third. We had Centrelate, and out very wide on the track there was Human Touch, followed then by Centrelate pulling up very quickly, then Positive Impact in the field, and Life's Fortune, one of the last to cross the line. Number 1 is the winner, Son of Pegasus, ridden by Shane Treweek. Holding on. Number 1, the winner, Son of Pegasus, Shane Treweek, trained at Broadmeadow by Paul Perry. Number 6, a second, Casual Story, Robert Thompson. And third goes to number 4, Knowledge Lane, Alan Robinson. So the numbers are official. 164, 164, Son of Pegasus, raced by MJ and Mrs. R.L. Lowry. A 3-year-old brown gelding by Honour and Glory out of Court Physician, trained by Paul Perry, ridden by Shane Treweek. Second, number 6, Casual Story by Casual Lies Out of West Side Story, Robert Thompson for Steve Hodge. And third, number 4, Knowledge Lane. By Knowledge, out of Cool Affair, Alan Robinson for Clary Connors. Now let's clear the totes on the third. Won the winner, Son of Pegasus, $2.60 for the win, $1.70 for the place. Number 6, Casual Story, $2.70. No third dividend for number 4, Knowledge Lane. $2.61.70 for number 1. $2.70 for number 6. No dividend for number 4. Quinella paid $9 even, 9 even. The exact of $14.10, $14.10. Now, there's no sign of the trifecta here yet, studio, so I'll send that down the line. Just repeating the first 4 numbers. 1, 6, 4 and 7 was fourth centre late. So the numbers 1, 6, 4, 7. Now the margins, the winner held on to score by a neck with 2 1/4 second and third. A neck by 2 1/4. Now we'll have that time. I'll have to send the time down as well. Okay, 1, 6, 4, 7. I'll send further details down the line following race 3 at Broadmeadow.
Righto, Tone, that trifecta was $41.40 you were looking forward to on the third race. And Brian Blackmore will be calling the next one for us at Newcastle, race 4. Now, Balaclava, correct weight. Dua Wiley beat Autoplay and Toastoleni. 6, 11 and 3 were the numbers. Ipswich, the third race. Wings of Dane as the top rater. Never Said a Word, Cufagia, and Maisie May, 9, 10, 4 and 11. And again, this is a 2-year-old fillies race over 1,000 metres. Same conditions as the previous. Silvertear won the previous race, trained by Kel Schweder. With top rater is Slippery Sal from Russelon, Empressaire and Film, 4, 1, 2 and 5. And let's hear from Pam Webber, the trainer of the current favourite, Slippery Sal.
Pam Webber makes the trip to Broadmeadow. She has Slippery Sal, who's one of the top contenders in the next race. You must have been impressed by the way she's come up these 2 runs so far, Pam.
Yeah, she's been very happy with her. She won her trial. We gave her a nice easy race down at Goulburn, which she did very impressively. And
the time was good?
Yeah, a good time down there, just outside the class record. So.
And then you really leaped her up into a Class 2 against the boom horse Canadas at Gosford, and she didn't let you down.
No, she ran a nice third. We wanted to get her to the 1200 and just get her to settle a little bit and not be a leader for the rest of her life.
Okay, and that was 1100. You're up to the 1200 on the big track today. Is there any worries with that at all?
Not really. She's just had to freshen up. It's only a bit of fitness, that's all.
Okay.
But we expected to step up through her classes quite nicely.
Yeah, so you've got a bit of a rap on this filly, have you?
We hope so. You know, they can disappoint you, these fillies, but we hope so.
What about the race today? Where do you see her? Do you see much pressure? What do you think is going to unfold in the race?
Well, I'd expect her to settle at this track. Obviously, it's 1200, it's not a leader's track, and I'd expect her to get a bit of cover. She's a bit slow out of the gates with the barrier blanket, which is a bit of a worry.
She's had a little bit of a break since her last run as well. You kept her up to the mark?
No, she's had 2 weeks in the paddock. We need to keep her sweet, not up to the mark.
Oh, okay.
Not this girl.
Okay, so you've just got her on a little bit of a freshen up. She performs best that way, does she?
Well, we don't know yet. We just keep her sweet. She's been a lot of trouble to us.
Pam, you're confusing me.
She's a lot of trouble to us. So
is she really?
Her sweet, yeah.
Okay, how big a chance is she of winning? Put it out of a 10, a 1 to 10. What would you give her as a rating?
Oh, she's a 3, 8 out of 10 to win.
I thought you were going to say 3 there.
No,
for a
I was
minute.
going to. She's 3 to 1.
Okay, good luck to you today, Pam.
Thank you.
Pam Webber from Rosehill, she's got coming up in the next race, Slippery Sal. She gives her an 8 out of 10 chance in the next.
Well, that's a pretty encouraging rating, 80%. 80%.
Number 4, the Clipsal Data and Comms Handicap. Gary, what have you come up with as the top tip?
Well, Terry, she's pretty short, number 4, Slippery Sal, but gee, her only 2 runs have been first class, and it's very hard to go past her. On debut at the end of January at Goulburn, she won a race by 6 lengths there. Then she come to Gosford and run in a very strong field. Canadas, the Hawks horse, won the race. He's very smart. She was slow away, and she run third, beaten about 2 lengths. Now, she hasn't run since. That's 5 or 6 weeks ago, but looking at her in the mounting yard, I wouldn't be too worried about her fitness level.
She's had 2 weeks in the paddock, you know, Gaz.
Yeah, one of the owners told me that, and I said to him, well, that'll do her the world of good, and he shook his head and agreed. Nodded his head. I know she's had a couple of weeks in the paddock, but gee, she looks all right to me. Fitness level, I couldn't fault her. I'm going to go with her, number 4. Empress I thought was a danger. Number 2, Terry, had something like 2 years off before he was first up at Kembla on the 13th of March. Run a nice race, got back, went home well. Darren Beedman rode him. He's retained the ride, got the blinkers on today. Second up, a little bit of a worry, but I still think he'll give you a good sight. One Russell On's at a change of stable, formerly with Rogerson, now with Tracy Timbry at Wyong. Has trialled nicely here at Newcastle a week or two back. Definitely got a place chance. And number 5, Philum, best of the others. 4, despite the fact it's been in the paddock for a couple of weeks, to beat 2, 1 and 5, race 4.
I think we've all been in the paddock a little bit too long, Gaz.
I've been in the paddock for 54 years and I'm feeling it today.
4, 2, 1, 5, the late mail, race 4.
All right, they've caught that.
Darker's Handout and Tones coming up riderless. Favourite here is now Film. Is Slippery Cell at $2.50. Last one's moving in, Darker's Handout. And we're set to go. No, there's still this riderless runner to move in, that's Tones. Other runners standing in okay. 1,200 metres here, race number 4. Now Tones being led up. Now Tones goes in. Set for a start. Rider just about to remount. Favourite Slippery Cell. Ready. Tones rider still not in the saddle, I don't think, as yet. And they're still working behind the barrier, behind the gate of Tones. No, they've backed it out. So Tones back out of the gates here. So I don't know what the story is there. It looked to be in without any problems, but now I think it's undergoing a vet's examination. It did go around to the barrier whilst the other runners were still walking around in the mounting yard without any jocks on board. And it had been around there for quite some time, last loaded, but it all appears to be okay now, and it's coming up once again. Now everything looks to be right with Tones. It's been cleared to run. Back in the gates, rider climbing back on board, and hopefully this time we'll have a start. Starter on the platform. They're ready. There's still a problem now. The red lights are on. The set, racing. And they're broken in a good line. Slippery Cell went out with them today okay. Away quickly, Beautiful Dragon, who's going to take the early lead. Moving up, Darker's Handout on the outside, and Slippery Cell working forward on the inside, Magic World. Then comes Empress Air, caught a little bit deep, going up on the inside to be about 6th is Film. Behind those runners then Cordial Kid, and last of all is Empress Air as they work off the back with Russell on over on the outside. Darker's Handout is the leader, 800 metres out by 2.5 lengths to Beautiful Dragon. Slippery Cell in the box seat over on the inside, followed deeper out there by Tones. A length further back then comes Green Jacket. On the inside of it was Film. A length and a half further back, Cordial Kid. Then Magic World, Russell on, and last of all is Empress Air going to the outside. On the turn, 450 out, and Darker's Handout in front under pressure. Beautiful Dragon moved up on the outside. Slippery Cell goes for the run on the fence. Deeper out is Tones, followed by Green Jacket. Down the outside, Cordial Kid, and then Russell on and Empress Air. Darker's Handout is defying them to run down though. Beautiful Dragon trying hard. Slippery Cell is over on the inside, and further back then comes Cordial Kid, and deep out was Empress Air. In front here, Beautiful Dragon now joined by Cordial Kid on the outside. Empress Air flying in front. Cordial Kid, Empress Air got it right on the line. Empress Air has beaten Cordial Kid. Slippery Cell's run third, followed by Darker's Handout, Green Jacket. Further back then Magic World with Film, Tones, Beautiful Dragon, and over on the outside last in was Russell On. Judge may call for a photo here, but Darren Beedman has timed his run to perfection, coming from last on the turn on Empress Air. And number 2 goes into the frame, Empress Air, ridden by Darren Beedman. Second placing to Cordial Kid, number 7 Alan Robinson. And third in over on the inside should be Slippery Cell, and it is ridden by John Grisdale.